iTech study finds ivermectin ineffective at treating COVID. WHO authorizes Indian-made COVID vaccine. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohanapriya. Welcome to Updates at Noon. After 2 years of subdued celebrations in the country due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the air is currently filled with excitement this Deepawali. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and Raja Pemaisuri Agong Tunku Haja Aziza Amina Maimuna Iskandaria have also extended festive greetings to all Hindus today on Deepawali. In a Facebook post, Al-Sultan Abdullah and Tunku Haja Aziza hoped that this festival brings the light of happiness and well-being to all Hindu devotees. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob reminded Malaysian Hindus in his festive greetings to celebrate Deepawali by adopting the new norms. On his Twitter and Facebook accounts, he hoped that the Festival of Lights this year would rekindle the spirit of unity in this country in the spirit of Keluarga Malaysia. Echoing the same tone, Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah expressed hope that in celebrating the festival with joy, Malaysians would work together to carry out their shared responsibilities and strive to help the country for a safe economic and social reopening. Via a post on Facebook, he also wished that this Festival of Lights would bring health and well-being to Malaysian families who celebrate Deepawali. Based on the outcomes of the iTech study by the Institute for Clinical Research, ICR, ivermectin cannot be recommended for inclusion in the current COVID-19 treatment guidelines. Director General of Health, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, in a statement said, this is because ivermectin does not reduce the risk of severe illness from COVID-19. He said the Ministry of Health recommended that ivermectin be used only in clinical studies with monitoring. According to the Health DG, the results of the iTech study are in line with the large-scale studies such as the Ivacor COVID-19 from Argentina and Brazil that do not support the routine use of ivermectin in the clinical practice of COVID-19 treatment. The iTech research team also planned to submit the study data for publication in a peer-reviewed journal to provide additional information on the ivermectin studies, including meta-analysis. Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham hoped that the local study could provide enlightenment to medical practitioners in Malaysia and the public who have been asking about the efficacy of ivermectin in the COVID-19 clinical treatment practice. He also reminded medical practitioners not to recommend the use of ivermectin, including sharing advertisements or illegal sale of ivermectin to treat COVID-19 until more solid scientific evidence is available. Managing trust and expectations are the most important factors in ensuring the success of the National COVID-19 Immunisation Programme, PIC. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said, without the trust of one another, the government and the people, the largest national vaccination programme would not be able to administer COVID-19 vaccines to over 25 million people within 9 months. Recalling his experience in the earlier days of the pandemic when he was at the Science, Technology and Innovation Ministry, Khairi, who was also PIC Coordinating Minister, said most people seem to have a trust deficit issue.
Without trust, we cannot have succeeded in this program. We did this so our two government, not just in Malaysia but all around the world, had trust deficit. Ramai seluruh dunia lah yang tak percaya kepada kerajaan mereka, yang kata bahawa ada masalah urusan pandemic trust deficit. So I thought to myself, we must build trust with personal accountability. So waktu laman web AstraZeneca crash, I said sorry. I took responsibility. I said this was an error. And I think by taking personal responsibility and accountability, even if they don't trust me, they say, okay lah, at least they're not running away from the problems.
He added that by vaccinating top government officials, it has indirectly built confidence in the people to get the jab. Khairi also expressed his appreciation and admiration to all who were involved in PIC, including the civil servants. Malaysian artists need access to better markets and business ecosystems in the medium and long term to enhance the marketing of their works in the ASEAN market. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz said various aid such as grants and loans had been given to help the industry survive and recover. In his address at the launch of Tripart Collaboration and CIMB Artober Hotel Art Fair 2021, Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul said Budget 2022 tabled last Friday was proof of the government's support and commitment to the art industry, reflected through an allocation of 238 million ringgit.
Ini termasuk 30 juta ringgit menerusi skim padanan pinjaman pelaburan bagi inisiatif platform animasi negara yang akan dikendalikan oleh My Creative Ventures. Untuk itu, kerajaan telah membelanjakan sebanyak 22 juta ringgit dalam tempoh 14 bulan lalu bagi memanfaatkan lebih 8,000 seniman di bawah cendana.
The CIMB Artober Hotel Art Fair 2021, supported by Cendana, is being held from today until Sunday at the Element by Westin Kuala Lumpur. Meanwhile, Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul said CIMB Artober was able to strengthen the relationship between art lovers and new collectors with artists and galleries.
Program seperti ini adalah selaras dengan konsep senegara ataupun whole of nation, di mana kerajaan dan pihak swasta maupun NGO bekerjasama bagi memakmurkan pembangunan industri kreatif negara. Kini, dengan pembukaan semula ekonomi dan sektor-sektor sosial, saya berharap masyarakat Malaysia akan mengunjungi semula pameran di galeri-galeri seni sambil menyokong perkembangan seni kontemporari tempatan.
Tripart is a public-private tripartite collaboration between CIMB Group, the Cultural Economy Development Agency Cendana, and Yayasan Hasanah, the impact-based foundation of Khazanah Nasional Berhad. The art fair is the first of its kind in Malaysia and will see specially curated works by over 50 artists, represented by 9 art galleries, as well as beneficiaries and partners of CIMB Foundation, Cendana and Yayasan Hasanah displaying their artworks and handicraft. Work to bring controversial cosmetics entrepreneur Nur Sajjad, or his real name Muhammad Sajjad Kamaruzzaman, back to Malaysia will continue. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department Director Datuk Sri Abdul Jalil Hassan also urged Nur Sajjad to return home willingly. According to Datuk Sri Abdul Jalil, police were also waiting for confirmation from the Thai and Australian governments on Nur Sajjad's actual location.
Dia sendiri mengakui dia berada di Australia, tu memang kita dah tengok banyak kali dalam dia punya website dia, tetapi secara rasmi yang kita hantar kepada pihak kedutaan Australia dan kita menghantar pemakluman kepada pihak kedutaan Thailand untuk membuat pengesahan sama ada dia telah keluar dari Thailand dan dia telah sampai ke Australia, masih belum dapat kata putus lagi.
Nur Sajjad, 36, was said to be on the run for the last few months after a charge was levelled against Nur Sajjad in Malaysia for dressing as a woman. Nur Sajjad was reportedly detained and fined by Thai authorities on 8th September for having an invalid passport. Nur Sajjad was then believed to be seeking refuge through the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. Although there is still about a month to go before the 2020 ASEAN Football Federation AFF Cup kicks off in Singapore, national head coach Tan Cheng Ho is already worried about his players having to deal with injuries and fatigue. He said both these factors could happen to any player due to the tight schedule of the ongoing Malaysia Cup competition, with the final set to be held on 30th November and Malaysia slated to kick off their AFF Cup Group B campaign against Cambodia on the 6th of December. This has left Cheng Ho with no other choice but to hope for the best as he seeks to form a squad capable of playing at the highest level since they've been drawn in Group of Death in the AFF Cup. The other teams in Group B are Laos, Vietnam and Indonesia. The 53-year-old Cheng Ho is clearly in a predicament as he knows that he will only have a short time to prepare his team for the AFF Cup, and in fact he only expects to get all the players together on the 1st of December, 2 days after the Malaysia Cup final. After taking on Cambodia on the 6th of December, Malaysia will face Laos on 9th December, followed by 2 tough matches against 2018 champions Vietnam on 12th December and arch rivals Indonesia on 19th December as the Harimau Malaya seek a spot in the semi-finals. Terengganu FC, the 2018 finalists, checked into the quarterfinals of this season's Malaysia Cup in style when they trounced Perak FC 4-0 in a Group B match at the Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium in Gong Bada last night. In what was a repeat of the 2018 final, Perak were a pale shadow of that team that emerged triumphant then as the home side dominated the proceedings in Gong Bada. In fact, the Turtles, coached by Mohammad Nafuzi Zain, were in blistering form as they stormed into a 3-0 lead after just 26 minutes. Forward Makan Konate got the ball rolling for the Turtles by scoring their opening goal with a powerful long-distance shot in the 13th minute. David De Silva extended their lead in the 20th minute, while midfielder Dechi Ngessen had the 4,200 Terengganu fans on their feet when he made it 3-0 6 minutes later. The Turtles then had to wait until the 62nd minute to make it a 4-0 when Faisal Halim coolly slotted home from the penalty spot to ensure they qualified for the knockout rounds with an unbeaten record so far. Terengganu lead the group with 12 points. Meanwhile, Selangor FC also joined the Turtles in the quarterfinals from Group B, but not before having to slog for a 2-1 win over Kuching City FC at the Tan Sri Hassan Yunos Stadium in Larkin. Selangor had gone ahead through Ahmad Daniel Asri when he headed in and crossed from Alexander Ameov for his 3rd goal in the Malaysia Cup campaign. Michael Ijeze then equalised from close range in the 67th minute. However, Lady Luck was on Selangor's side when Nick Muhammad, Sharif Hasifi, Mohammad Lazim scored their 2nd goal in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Selangor now have 9 points, placed only 2nd after Terengganu, and both teams can take it easy now that they have confirmed their quarter-final tickets with 2 matches to spare, as Kuching City and Perak only have 1 point each after 4 matches. And with that, we end today's updates at noon. In our top story today, iTech study finds ivermectin ineffective at treating COVID. Tune in to News at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on my Freeviews Salur and Berita RTM channel 123, or you can also stream the channel via YouTube or RTM Click web portal and mobile app. And to all Malaysians celebrating the Festival of Lights, we wish you a happy Deepavali. Thank you for watching. I'm Mohana Priya. Have a great day.